At Ackerman's, our customer is at the heart of everything we do, as we strive to bring value to their lives. We pride ourselves in partnering with local mills and manufacturers in order to grow our South African footprint. Taiyuen Textiles, a vertical mill situated in a small town in Natal, uses state-of-the-art techniques and technologies to produce more than 2.1 million knitted garments for Ackermans annually. Let's take a closer look at knitting from fiber to garment. The first stage of the knitting process is called spinning. Spinning is the twisting together of drawn-out strands of fiber to form yarn. First, the fibers are separated, cleaned, mixed together and evenly fed onto a carding machine to produce a continuous strand called sliver. The sliver is then passed through a series of rollers to straighten the individual fibers. After this, the individual fibers are further separated into roving yarn by means of a rotating ring. The roving yarn is then wound onto a creel and is now ready for the knitting process. Knitting is the process of manufacturing fabric by transforming continuous strands of yarn into a series of interlocking loops, each row of loops hanging from the one immediately preceding it. At Taiyuen, a circular knitting machine is used to produce weft knitted fabrics. Various fiber combinations are used to produce different fabric qualities, compositions and weights, ranging from single jersey, ribs, cotton fleece, polycotton blends, and polar fleece. After the knitted fabric has been quality checked, the greige is moved to the dyeing house, where it goes through 5 stages of dyeing: semi-bleaching, pH level neutralization, color checking, soaping, and the application of a softening agent. The dyed material is then placed in an extractor to separate the water and dry the fabric. The tubular fabric is then carefully separated by a slitting machine, preparing it for the finishing process. Finishing is done to improve the look, quality, and hand feel of the fabric. To achieve this, the material undergoes various treatments. At Taiyuen, an 8-chamber stenter machine is used to stretch and strengthen the fabric. The machine also applies finishing chemicals and adjusts the fabric's shade variations. In the final stage of the finishing process, the stented fabric passes through a compactor machine, which controls the shrinkage and improves the smoothness, opacity, and hand feel of the fabric. After a final inspection, the fabric is rolled, packed, and sent for printing. Printing is done by using the flatbed screen printing process, which is a semi-continuous start-stop operation. Colors are printed one by one, layer by layer. After the printed fabric has dried, it is sent for the final quality checks. This is done to ensure that every meter of fabric meets the needs and specifications of Ackermans. In the final stage, the completed knitted fabric goes to the cut, make, and trim department, where the garments are produced. Once the garments have passed a final quality check, each order embarks on its journey from Natal into our distribution center. From here, the garments are distributed to more than 700 Ackerman stores in over 5 countries. Siamazi and her children can now face the world in locally produced, proudly South African knit garments from Ackermans. Number 1 for value.